Welcome to Swanee Homestead. The destruction is still in progress, as you can see. For those that aren't familiar with what's going on here, this is a 20-acre property that had a double-wide mobile home on it that had been severely damaged and basically abandoned for about 5 years. So when we bought the property, the owner didn't include any value of this mobile home into the price of the property. So in essence, it was free. So, you'll see videos if you're familiar with the channel. Go back and look at some of the videos of the beginning. And you'll probably wonder why we continued. But anyway, God has certainly blessed us with something and working in God's interest here. So everything that's happened is a blessing, whether good or bad. We know that there's a reason for it. So going on from there. So welcome back. When doing this kind of project, tools are required. You got to have the right tools, or you got to have tools that will help you get the job done. And as we all know, tools can be extremely expensive. And in today's times, prices don't seem to be coming down, do they? So in my case, I'm on a budget. I want to be able to get the job done. I want to be able to get the job done right. But I also have to figure out how to do that and have the right tools to do it. So over the past 2 or 3 days, I've been looking on Craigslist and another app called OfferUp for tools and things that I look for, just in general. I need a lot of things. I don't have everything I need and don't know that I ever will, but been doing a lot of looking. So I did come across several things, and none of them were really good deals and really weren't what I was looking for. But I did come across an ad for a whole bag full of tools. It was just, you paid one price and get a bag full of tools. Well, the price was $24. It was local for me to go pick up and look at. There was a picture of the tools that were in the bag, and I was able to identify some things that I could use. So anyway, without further ado, this is the bag. A real heavy-duty bag, carries a lot of stuff, and everything that's in here was part of the deal. There were some things I took out afterwards. There was like a couple hose nozzles and some cheap little things that I'm not going to use. So I went ahead and just, I separated all the good stuff from that. So here's the good stuff, or I consider good stuff. I'm just going to start, and I'm going to just kind of keep mentioning what the prices are of the tools if you were to replace them. I'm going to start, just grab by random. This is a chisel. Okay, this chisel has a handle on it, and the handle is to protect your hand. But it looks like this one might not do a good job. It'll protect half of my hand. So I'm going to be real careful with this. But in order to replace this or to buy another one, let's just say $5. I don't know who makes this. Likely made offshore. Who knows? Right? $5. Just going random through the bag here. This is a pair of snips for metal. And this is made by WISS, W-I-S-S. These are made in the USA. This is what's called an aviation snip. $18 to replace that. And there's nothing wrong with these. They just have a little surface rust on them. $18 to replace it, right? Can somebody tell me what this is? I don't know. I don't know what it's for. Maybe to jack up a wall or something, a shim. It says to wear safety goggles, but I don't think I would be beating on this. This is plastic. So if anybody knows, let me know. Could be a good doorstop though. Utility knives or razor knives. There was 3 of them in the bag. That's $1. Just call it, that's a cheapie. Oh, here's a hole saw. If you've seen a couple of my videos, you'll see that I made a burn barrel. And in order to make a burn barrel, you got to drill some holes in it with a hole saw, or however you want to make holes in it. This is a hole saw. It's a heavy duty one. Maybe too big for that purpose, but as you can see, it's got a drill bit there that starts the hole, and then the saw makes quick work of the wood or metal that it's going into. I know a lot of you know what this is already. Some people don't, so I'm just doing a little explaining and a little education as well for my limited knowledge of tools. This is a 1/2 inch, some sort of a wood boring tool, right? Maybe to cut through timbers, or, I mean, it's not real heavy duty, so I don't know what it is. Let's just call that $5 if you had to replace it. Am I going to use it? I don't know. Maybe I'll find out. Since I'm on the drill bit, this is a wood auger bit. This is, I looked it up. This is made by Irwin. It's a 14 millimeter, so it's a little larger than 1/2 inch diameter wood boring auger. And I was thinking maybe this would work good if I had to do something with 4x4 posts or 6x6 posts or thicker beams, or even to put holes into the studs in order to run wiring through them. I don't know, but this is about $25. Here's a little, looks like a little spatula, a little, maybe a grout tool or something like that. It doesn't, I can't tell what it says, but it's still got a decal on it. I don't know, we'll just call it $3. Here's a cat's paw, people call this. This is a nail puller, right? So you'd use that end, or you'd use this end with a little bit more leverage there. $5. I don't know who makes it. I will say that several of these tools in this bag are made in the USA. So that was cool to find out. This is something, if I was going to build a concrete footer or something like that where I was tying rebar together, this is a rebar wire tie tire. So it twists it and ties it. It secures the wire and the rebar together at their joints. $5. How's that? All right, we're moving on. All right, this is the real name for it. They call it a flat bastard. This is a Nicholson, USA made. I did look it up. It's a vintage tool. I don't know, somebody was selling this for $25 on eBay. I think it's for woodworking, not sure. Okay, that's another little file I found. This is a very, very fine file. This would be awesome, maybe for doing some rough sharpening on a axe blade or something like that. I don't know, maybe it's for woodworking as well. Made by Forest Industries, USA made. Awesome. How about a little clamp? Who knows? Might need that for something. Made by Fuller. We'll just say $3. Maybe it's more than that. It's another razor knife. This one's a nice one. I just happened to notice it's made in the USA. Oh, $5. How about another nail puller? This a little bit more heavy duty. This one's made by Stanley. I think it had a rubber handle on it here, because what I saw online, there was a rubber handle, and I want to say this was like $8 or $10. This looks like it's for being used for drywall, something like that, to spread the mud or flatten down the tape, whatever. Looks like it needs a little cleaning up, but this is made by Warner, and it also is made in the USA. Very cool. All right, moving on through. We're almost halfway. I think we're past halfway. All right, this is a Stanley Square. You can adjust this to find a square or draw a straight lines, or it's got a level bubble on it, so you can adjust for level or plumb. So that's something that will come in handy. $12, I saw that. This is made by Stanley. Here's a little no-name, I'll call it a tack hammer. It's tacks for putting in tacks or little brads or something like that. I don't think we'll have much use for this until the project's done. Maybe we can put up some picture frames. That'll be cool. All right, this was kind of cool. I didn't know what this was, and I had to ask the guy that sold me the bag of tools. This is, he called it an angle finder. This is used, so if you wanted to find the angle of something, you would set this on it, find the angle, and then screw this wing nut on the back, tighten that down, and then take it and go put it against a protractor, or even draw your straight line on a piece of wood to transfer that angle. So that's pretty cool. This is made in the USA by Johnson Level Company. It says right on the blade, made in the USA, brass with a hardwood handle. This I think was $12. I'm not sure. I think that was 12. This is a no-name chisel, so another chisel. I hope I don't have to do a lot of that work. Seems like I'd hit my hand. All right. Also, when do you not need another set of channel locks? It seems like I'm always looking for some, and that's never a bad thing. This is a no-name brand, it looks like, but I would say $5. Here's a pretty cool thing. This is a pry bar made by Red Devil, and it's a Red Devil 4050 made in the USA pry bar. Looks like it's got a little spot in there if you needed to get a screw in there and pop up a nail or something like that, or a very fine blade here to get into a tight spot. Anyway, very cool. Oh, 10 bucks. I think it's more than that. Somebody tell me what this is, please. I don't know what this is. Looks like it'd be for drywall as well. It's got a little corner angle on it here, maybe. I don't know what that is, if somebody could tell me. This is made in the USA as well. Call it a drywall tool for 3 or 5. Say 5 bucks. Oh, check this thing out. As you know, in rebuilding these walls, a lot of the siding on the outside is going to have to come down. And this is a siding removal tool. You can see it's got a little lip bend in it there. It's made specifically for going up under the vinyl siding and pulling it out. Without this, I've heard, is a very tough job. This makes it very simple. This is a wooden handled version of that. Cheapest ones I've seen are $5 and they're plastic at Lowe's. So that's a pretty good deal. I'll call it $5. Hey, this is another Stanley item, another Stanley made in the USA. Similar to what we saw a minute ago, but this has another end on it. This has got a, we would call a offset end on that for prying up nails and screws, and enough weight to you could pop it into a piece of drywall and pull it out, help you get that drywall down. A couple other things here. Oh, when we're going to put the flooring in and things like that, you want to make a straight line. This is a chalk box, and this is what you'd make your chalk line with. So this is made by DeWalt. I saw it online for $10. The only thing is this one needs some chalk, so that's not a bad deal. It's got a little bit in there. That's cool. Another scraper, a no-name variety, $1. Another little scraper here, another no-namer probably, $1. But those come in handy when you need those things. Almost done, folks. Another one of those Stanley offset nail pullers. Always great to have. Put them in tool belt, right? Another razor knife, $1. And let's just call this one free. That's a cheapo. All right, last thing in this bag. This is what really I got excited about when I saw it. This is a framing hammer made by Estwing, E-S-T-W-I-G, made in the USA, 22 ounce, they call this a rip claw. So a lot of you know this already, some people don't. In hammers, you can have a curved claw or a rip claw. What this does is it gives you a lot of power to pull and to pry. It's more straight right here, right? Pulling up nails, but also if you're taking down drywall, if I wanted to hit that piece of drywall like that and yank it down, I could. So that is a great use for demolition, but also for framing. So when I need to rebuild these walls, I'm going to need a good framing hammer. So there I have it. I've got a demolition and a framing hammer. This, by the way, this is literally brand new. It's just got a little discoloration on it, but it still has the decal and it still got the factory finish on it. This is, I think, $28. So anyway, a lot of tools in that bag, right? And for $24, that's pretty good haul. One last thing. This was really cool. I've been looking for a tool belt or a tool pouch to carry tools, nails, screws, tape measure, nail pullers, pliers, all the things that you need to have with you, but don't want to put them in your pockets. So this is a hands-free kind of thing. So in this thing, on Craigslist, I put in a search for a tool pouch or a tool bag or a carpenter's bag. What I came up with was this. There's a gentleman on there that had this. This is a dual tool pouch. It's got a nice belt, heavy belt on it. Wear it around your waist. You can maybe put a hammer loop in here or whatever else you want. This one appears to be made for electricians, but for the most part, for what I'm doing, it really doesn't matter. It will hold screws, it will hold nails, it will hold wires, it'll hold cutters, it'll hold a staple gun, it'll hold everything that a pencil, tape measure, everything that I need to do while I'm walking around getting things done here. Now, if you find this is too much, take this off. Now you've got a little carry-around bag, right? A cool handle, heavy-duty handle. And this, by the way, you put electrical tape and some of the tapes and things that you would use as an electrician. But it also has a belt loop here, so you can also wear that on your belt. So very cool. I found that on Craigslist. I looked at the manufacturer, brand new, by the way. This is brand new, never used. It still had a zip tie on it to hold it together. Made by Dead On Tools. I went to their website to look for it. That's how I figured out it's for electrical contractors, etc. This, I think, was $159 brand new on their website. Craigslist find, $10. $10. So that was a blessing. Thank you, Lord, for saving me a lot of money. I would not spend for this job personally. I wouldn't spend $159 on a tool belt for this one project. If it was my profession, I'd probably spend $300 or more on a tool belt if that's what I did professionally. This isn't. This is a project, but this is darn near as professional as you can get for what I'm doing for $10. So the bottom line, I just want to tell you, you don't have to invest a lot in tools. You're going to be using a lot of tools. Make the most of it. Take a little bit of time. Do some online shopping. You know, you'd be surprised what you find. And some of the tools, you know, I got an education just looking some of these up online just to see what the values were and what exactly they were. Some of them I wasn't sure. But there you have it. Total of $34 I spent on all of those tools. And you can do the same. If you have any comments or questions about the tools or know what some of those tools were that I asked about, I would appreciate it. I'd also appreciate if you subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell. There's a lot of videos on there. If you go back to the first video when we bought the property with this mobile home, you'll see how we started with it and go through them. You'll see where we are now. We're getting there. So thank you for your comments. Thank you for your support, and have a wonderful and blessed day.